I was talking to somebody today who's under me in Joomla, who was just a little bit frustrated with their results. And they went on to tell me, you know what they've learned for the last 3-4 years is that this stuff is just not for them. It works for everybody else, not them. Maybe you're watching and you can relate. Maybe you've been online for a year, 2 years, or more than that, and you really haven't seen any results. Whenever I hear somebody say something like that, I say, first off, in that time frame, about how many programs do you think you have been involved in? And literally every time, every single time I ask that, they come back with a crazy number. So like this person I was talking to on my team, you know, they were saying how they've been in at least 10 programs. That's part of the problem. Making money online literally should work for every single person. We are in a time, okay, where it has literally never been easier for the average Joe to make income for themselves or to make full-time or part-time income for themselves. It has never been easier. What's going to happen is eventually it is going to become very hard to make money on the internet, I think. Well, not very hard. I just think it's going to be different. It's going to be a little bit challenging. It's not going to be as cheap as it is right now to make money online and as easy. So what's going to happen are the people that are complaining right now about the results, they're going to look back and be like, wow, I was right there. I had the information. Somebody tried to tell me that this is the time to really take action, and I didn't. And I thought it was hard then. Now it's really hard now. Like I said, as much as I don't really want to talk about this whole mindset stuff, I'm constantly reminded that I have to talk about mindset. Because as much as I just want to jump in and say, hey, you know, here's what you do. You do this on Facebook. You do this on YouTube. You do this on Instagram. You do this on email marketing. You do this to make a capture page. You do this to make a bridge page. As much as I want to jump in and give people all these actionable material that they can take and just start doing instantly to get results, I'm reminded that I got to back up. I have to see if their belief is right. I have to see if before they get into whatever program I'm about to promote, that they are confident that they're going to make money. And the reason why, ever since I joined the internet, that every program that I've consistently promoted, I've made a very good amount of money in, you know, is because when I think about it now, I never joined something thinking, oh God, this is not going to work. You can literally go, well, not on this channel, but there's a channel I have. You can go back and see my first videos where I was very excited for the first program I joined. I had no clue what I was doing, but I just knew I was going to make money. Because, you know, we're in this time where everybody's preaching, you gotta make the jump. You have to jump out of the plane, you know. Well, the thing is, some people jump out of the plane, but they're too scared to open the parachute for some reason, or they forget because they become paralyzed as they're falling. Literally. Everybody that I've talked to that's like, oh, this stuff doesn't work, you know, it just doesn't work for me. It's not because they're joining scams. In fact, most people that I hear complain to me about how they're not making money online, when I ask them, how many programs have you been in? And then I'll go further and say, well, can you tell me if you can remember some of the, which programs were they? When they start naming the programs, I'm like, these aren't scams at all. Like, they're far from scams, okay? People are making money in these left and right. Why aren't you? Literally, it's not the program. It's the person. Also, if you have to spend money on something like a program, you know, anytime I've ever spent money on a program, I'm doing it fast and excited. Like, I'm going to hurry up and buy this. In fact, sometimes if I come across an opportunity that I can't get in because I don't have the money right now, I get mad. I'm like, God, why? Boy, oh my God, it just pushes me. But if you're going and before you get into a program, you're like, oh, I got to pay for it, and you're doing this, you got your credit card out or your debit card or whatever, and you're like shaking because you're that scared, right, to buy a program that's going to help you make money, then don't do it. That was really loud. I didn't mean for that to be that loud. You need to get in a place where you don't have, you know, there's a such thing as a healthy fear, but like I said, not a fear that when you do make the jump, you're like, oh, I jumped. I shouldn't have done this. This was a mistake. If you're thinking about the mistake and regret right when you jump, you're not going to make it. You'll continue to go from program to program saying, this isn't for me, this doesn't work, nobody helps me, you know. Everybody has it in them. Everybody has it in them. I truly believe that making money online or making money for yourself, I think everybody can do it. I really think everybody has it in them. They just have to believe that for themselves. Okay, for themselves. We get caught up in the glamour of this stuff. And it's real easy to be like, oh, cool, this person made $10,000 their first month or whatever. You know, if your work ethic does not match your expectation, like for how much money you want to make, it's just never going to work out. There's this guy I knew who was in South Africa named Dave, okay? His name was Dave. For the first 8 months of him being online, he didn't make a single dime. Now, some of you are saying, well, hey, I've been online for 5 years and haven't made a dime. The difference, more than likely, between you and him is not only did he not make money for 8 months, but he was and still was like the hardest working marketer I'd ever seen, okay? This dude would spend 10 hours plus every day on the internet. In fact, he got this nickname called the 24-hour marketer because he literally just was glued and he didn't make a single penny. Where most people, maybe even me, if I would have been online for 8 months and working as hard as he was and didn't make a dime, maybe I would have given up. Anytime I would talk to him, you know, he'd be frustrated, but you never heard him say he was going to give up. And now, I haven't talked to him in a while, but last time I remember talking to him and catching up, he's making the equivalent of what somebody would, the equivalent of making $8,000 to $10,000 every month in the U.S., okay, in Africa, right? So there's that, you know, this stuff works for everybody. It can work for everybody. You just can't give up. You can't program hop. You shouldn't really be in more than 2 programs at a time if you're new or if you're really starting to try to make your first few dollars online. Like, there's so much information on the internet. You can't say you don't know what to do. You can't say there's no information. In fact, there's too much information on this stuff. So I believe in you. If you decide to join Yoonla or Earn Easy Commissions under me, just be excited before you do it. You know, and I understand you can have a little bit of a reservation for some of this stuff. You can be a little skeptical, but don't, like I said, don't do this. I gotta pay for this. I gotta go to Yoonla, and I gotta pay $50 to $70 to get Yoonla. I'm really scared. If you're like that, then please do not join me. Just don't. Okay? But anyways, that's it. Let's make some money. No excuses. All right, talk to you later.